According to drugwarfacts.org, from 2010 to 2015, 9,273,510 people were arrested for drug-related crimes. Amongst those arrests, 3,875,727 were for marijuana possession. That's 42% of all drug-related arrests strictly for possessing marijuana. And every year from 2010 to 2015, there were more arrests for marijuana possession than for violent crime arrests in their totality. But why are people being arrested for marijuana possession? I mean, yes, it's illegal, but why? In the rest of my speech, I'm going to discuss the pros and the cons of marijuana legalization and why I'm all for it. One of the main problems that people have with legalizing marijuana is that they're worried about how much harm it could cause and how dangerous it is to smoke. People worry about both long-term and short-term effects of marijuana. According to drugabuse.gov, short-term effects of marijuana include altered senses, altered sense of time, changes in mood, impaired body movement, difficulty with thinking and problem-solving, impaired memory, and the THC reacting with the brain's receptors, causing the high that the user feels. The long-term effects of marijuana are limited to when the brain is developing, according to drugabuse.gov. That means that if you were to begin smoking as a teenager, it may reduce your thinking, memory, and learning functions. However, there have been no reported deaths by overdose of marijuana ever. In fact, the only deaths attributed to marijuana have been due to other reasons, such as impairment while driving. During his 2016 presidential race run, Gary Johnson released a statement saying that legalizing prescription drugs statistically kill 100,000 people a year. But there are no documented deaths due to marijuana. PolitiFact.com has looked into this statement and decided that it is a half-truth. The reasoning for this is that prescription drugs only killed about 25,000 people in the year 2014, rather than the 100,000 that Governor Johnson stated. Not only PolitiFact.com agrees that overdose deaths from marijuana don't occur. HuffingtonPost.com also found that there have been no reported deaths from marijuana overdosage. One of my main reasons for legalization of marijuana is that the amount we have spent on enforcing drug laws and have spent on maintaining persons incarcerated for drugs is not worth it. An example of how much money we could save by legalizing marijuana can be taken from Colorado after they have recently elected to have it legalized. According to drugpolicy.org, in the year 2012, Colorado saved anywhere from $12 million to $40 million just by removing criminal penalties on marijuana. That's a large amount of money that could be used for other things, such as education or drug rehabilitation for those that are addicted to drugs and want to quit. According to ACLU.org and HuffingtonPost.com, approximately $3.6 billion is spent enforcing marijuana laws every year. Imagine what amount of good use that money could go towards if we allocated it to other areas where funds are extremely lacking compared to other countries. However, that's not all the money that could be made or saved by legalizing marijuana. Let's go back to Colorado again to see how much money taxes from selling legal marijuana the U.S. could earn. According to HuffingtonPost.com, in the first month of recreational marijuana sales, $14 million worth of marijuana was bought, giving Colorado $2 million in their tax coffers. Not only will states earn money from tax revenue, it will also create new jobs in today's markets. This would reduce our nation's unemployment rate and could help increase spending due to the increase in the workforce. Legalization of marijuana could very well help re-kickstart our economy out of this slight recession. All things considered, I believe that legalization of marijuana could only be a good thing. The main short-term dangers of marijuana seem to only be as bad as alcohol, and it's less deadly than every legal alcohol, cigarette, and prescription drug as it can't be overdosed on. Legalizing marijuana would save a very large sum of money every year. That's why I believe that legalizing marijuana is nothing but a good idea and to me, a necessity.